Why are y'all like this? Why try to be someone's friend knowing deep down the whole time you want who they got? You want who they with. You want their girlfriend. You want their boyfriend. You want their man, woman, husband, wife. Why do y'all do that? It happened to me, and honestly, that's one of the worst kind of betrayals, especially since I never saw it coming. I never expected it. It definitely blindsided me. So here's my story. Y'all might as well go ahead and get real comfortable because this is going to be another great story time. So boom, starting off, let's get some names going. My friend at the time, we're going to call her Trash. My girl at the time, we're going to call her Ken. So we got Trash, Ken. Put them together. Yeah, it just had to be that way. The crazy part about all of this is I met my girl Ken through my friend Trash at that time. And one of the first things I asked was, y'all ain't never messed around. I just want to make sure everything good and clear. Because a lot of people, they don't care. They're like, oh yeah, we used to talk, but it didn't work out. But you can talk to them. No, I am not like that. No offense to those who are. If you used to talk to one of my homies, if you used to like one of my homies, even if y'all used to text go back and forth, you are not for me. I don't want to have anything to do with you. Go ahead about your business. That just means something to me. I don't want somebody that, had eyes for my friend. That's just not cool. Let me know right now in the comments, is y'all the same way? Like, do y'all care? Do y'all not? Do y'all think it's a big deal? Do y'all think it's not that deep? Just let me know. So, bam. So my homie Trash at the time, she told me like, oh, nah, she just real cool. We never talked or nothing like that. Like, nah, I was in a relationship. She was in a relationship. Like, that's my friend. That's my homie. Plus, I feel like y'all would definitely vibe. So I want to get y'all connected. Like, I want to get y'all to, get to know each other, whatever like that. Now, Ken, I'm not going to lie. She definitely my type. She, looked pretty. She had a lot going on at that time or whatever. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, we exchanged information, got to texting, got to talking on the phone, went on a couple of dates, and everything was 10 out of 10. Cute. Now, maybe this was a red flag, but I noticed that every time me and Ken would hang out or go on dates or whatever like that, Trash would always try to like self-invite herself. How do y'all feel about self-inviting? Because me, I don't do it. Like, if you don't ask me to come, if you don't invite, I may say something like, oh, dang, that sounds cool. Or, like, I want to do that too. But I would never be like, hey, I'm going to come, I'm going to show up. Or sometimes Trash would just show up to wherever we was at because she would ask me like, hey, are you and Ken doing something today? And I'll be like, yeah, we're going on a date, whatever. She's like, where? I tell her where, and then she would show up. Red flag or not? Let me know in the comments. Drop a red flag if it's a red flag. Cute. Something else I feel like I should notice. So one time when Trash showed up, I had kind of talked to Ken like, you don't think that's weird? You don't think she was telling me like, nah, you thinking about it too much. Like, that's your friend. She just like to be around us. After all, she's the one that kind of hooked us up. Like, you shouldn't feel no way. I felt like Ken was taking up for Trash. And I'm just like, bro, okay, but it just seems kind of like weird. Like, Trash should even tell me like, oh, I have plans, this and that. But as soon as she finds out that me and Ken have plans to go on a date, whatever like that, she just shows up. So I definitely just got irritated and fed up with it. But when I brought it to Ken, she made it seem like I was tripping. Red flag or not, drop a red flag. So boom, at this point, it's been 3 months. Me and Ken have been going steady. We've been talking, communicating, going on dates, spending a lot of time with each other. And so, you know how we do, the girl on girls or whatever. It's the 3-month anniversary. The 3 months feel like 3 years. So it's time to celebrate. Boom, booked a nice reservation at a nice restaurant. High class, fancy, steaks, lamb chops, all that other good stuff. Cute. Of course, Trash is asking me like, oh, what you gonna do for y'all, anniversary or whatever. She trying to be funny. I'm just like, oh, we're going to this restaurant. She's like, where? I told her where. She's like, okay, well, hope y'all have fun. Cute. Me and Ken at the restaurant. We laughing. We talking about, how we first met. And we didn't think that we would, keep talking this much. And we're glad that, we bumped into each other, whatever the case may be. Cool. We sitting there and she looked up and she was like, oh. So I'm trying to see what she on about, y'all. I look and it's Trash coming in. She brought roses. Was like, oh, I just want to tell y'all, congratulations. But she's putting the roses on the table, and as she's doing so, she's sitting down at the table. And I'm just like, bro, come on. Mind you, this is an intimate moment. And y'all can let me know. Y'all know I love y'all. I know y'all love me. Y'all call me out when y'all feel like I'm doing wrong, and that's okay. Am I tripping? You could have gave the gift the next day, or, could have waited. You could have even sent it to the crib. Why are you sitting? The table is for two, y'all. Trash pulled up a chair and sat down right there in front of me and Ken. And I'm just like, okay, but I'm tripping, right? I'm tripping, y'all. Even Ken text my phone. We sit at the table. She's like, look, you look frustrated. You look irritated. Don't do this. I don't want you to ruin our night. Like, it's okay. She's your friend. She's my friend. Like, I don't mind it. Of course you don't mind. Of course you don't mind. Of course you don't mind. Like, Okay, yo, I was irritated. I cannot hide it. When something is wrong with me, it shows all over my face. I don't care how much I try to lie about it. I don't care how much I try to like brush it off my shoulder. I'm irritated and I feel like I'm valid. Am I valid? Let me know right now in the comments. Drop valid if I'm valid. Let me know if I'm tripping. Just let me know something. Y'all should already know that had me instantly irritated. The fact that I really felt like she was just invading on what was supposed to be very intimate and special. My girlfriend Ken just thought like, oh, you're tripping. Don't get mad. Like, it's okay. Da da da. The dinner went on, and honestly, y'all, I was barely talking. Like, I was trying not to like be the bad news bearer or like ruin the vibe or whatever, but I just couldn't help it. Basically, they was kind of going back and forth in a little conversation. Ken kept hitting me under the table, like, stop doing that, stop acting like that. And finally, Trash was like, all right, well, I guess I'll go ahead, get up out of here or whatever. Y'all let me know when y'all make it home. And she finally left, like, right when they was bringing the check. The dinner is over now. It's even time for me and Ken to go. Yes, I'm extremely annoyed. And I feel like I have every right to be, honestly, right? So I pay the tab, we leave or whatever. And the car ride home was kind of quiet until I was just like, look, regardless of what you say, there should just be no reason why every time we're out together or whatever, she's there. Like, I understand that, you know what I'm saying, she's your friend, you've known her longer than me or whatever the case, but it's just like, dang, that's really like, my nerves. So honestly, y'all, me and Ken was arguing back and forth about it. She felt like I was overreacting. I felt like I was valid. And it went like that until we made it back to the crib. And I'm just like, man, you know what? I'm getting a little irritated. So in my mind, I'm thinking it's only right that I, hit Trash about it. Like, okay, Ken, she's not seeing it from my point of view. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring it to the horse's mouth. So I hit Ken up and I hit Trash up and I was like, look, we need to talk or whatever. I'm feeling some type of way about something. She's like, okay, bro, I'll just come over your house. Nah, I'm going to meet you somewhere. That's the problem now. You always want to be around us. You always want to come around us. I'm just like, nah, let's just meet up at a park or something. Okay. She's like, okay, cool or whatever. Like, everything all right? No, it's not. But all right, let's talk about it. I definitely feel like when I was younger, one of my red flags was I would feel some type of way about it and I would feel some type of way up like towards a person, but sometimes I would never speak on it. Like growing up, definitely y'all, if y'all have a problem, like say something. Like, are y'all those type of people? Let me know. Like, do y'all speak up or do y'all just keep quiet? Like I used to, and honestly, that's not doing anything but like making the situation even worse. So if you feeling the way, you know what I'm saying, you don't have to be all mad or whatever. You don't got to be confrontational. Just let them know, like, look, I didn't like the way that when you did that, I don't like the way that made me feel, or I'm not liking it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, you know what, let's go ahead and meet up with Trash and see what she has to say, because Ken, I'm done talking to her for real. So boom, me and Trash meet at a park or whatever, you know what I'm saying? She all holly jolly like, hey, what's up, bro? Like, and the first thing she asked me was, oh, where Ken at? Bruh. It don't matter where she is. It's not like, yeah, this has something to do with her, but I'm here trying to talk to you. So like, what's the deal, Pickle? Why you always asking about her? I don't know. It's just giving me weird vibes. So I finally was like, look, that's kind of like the problem. I'm not gonna lie. I find it weird that every time me and Ken go on a date or we out somewhere and you know where we at, you show up. I feel like you are kind of trying to smother us. And like, I understand, I appreciate you introducing us or whatever, you know what I'm saying? She's a good girl. But this is really starting to, you know what I'm saying, cause some conflict within a relationship. And I'm not feeling it. So, Trash is listening. She's like, dang, bro, I didn't even know it was like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all just really my only friends. I don't really kick it with nobody else. Like, I just love being around y'all. I love the vibe, everything cool. She was like, but I apologize. Like, I'm going to stop doing that. Like, I see it from your point of view, y'all. She's saying all this to me. Remember now. She's like, yeah, that's not cool. I don't know what's wrong. I just be bored for real. Like, I don't know, like, she kept on saying, like, y'all my friends. I don't got really nobody else to hang with. Like, I just like being around y'all. And I'm just like, I don't want you to take it the wrong way. It's just like, just give me and her some space. I feel like every time, every day, where y'all going? Like, what y'all doing? And you always want to self-invite. I feel like we in a relationship now. When all three of us was just cool, getting to know each other, you know what I'm saying? We have a game night, stuff like that. But we in a relationship now, we need our time apart without you being there monitoring us or like trying to be a chaperone or something. I won't feel those vibes because I'm grown. So she said, and I quote, bro, I understand, my bad, it won't happen again. I'm going to say it again. She said, and I quote, bro, my bad, I understand, it won't happen again. We sat there kind of, you know what I'm saying, going back and forth, laughing about, just a couple of things in life that was going on or whatever. And she was like, oh, okay, well, I got to go ahead and get up out of here or whatever. Like, I'm trying to, get me a boo. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, go on my own dates, whatever, especially since y'all don't want me there no more. I felt like she kept saying little stuff, trying to make me feel bad, but I'm standing on business. That's just weird. I love my friends. My friends know I love them. I'm not trying to be everywhere you and your girlfriend go. I understand that space is needed. I understand that every event, every time y'all link is not going to be, oh, you saying me. I've never self-invited. I just feel like that just makes me feel like, well, if you want to come, no, either invite me or don't. That's just really how I get down. I don't know about y'all. So boom, I got back in the car. I was feeling good about it. I even called Ken, like, you know what? I just talked to her or whatever. She's like, oh, how did it go? I told her, I feel like she took it pretty well. She said that she understood. She said that she gets where I'm coming from. She apologized. She said that it won't happen again. And that was that. Ken was like, oh, okay, well, like, I'm glad that y'all got that resolved or whatever, because I could tell that was really bothering you. So boom, now it's time for my favorite part of the video. I want to know if you're paying attention and if you locked in, if you made it this far, I appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share it to a friend, family member, coworker, whatever the case may be. If you made it this far and you're paying attention, I want to know, what was the best year of your life so far? Was it 2010? Was it 2015? Was it 2018? Maybe it could have been this year. I just want to know. If you want to tell me why, if you want to take some time and tell me why, that's even better, because I'm just like, I wonder why 2018 was what's the best year for you. I'm kind of curious. So yeah, if you locked in, you tuned in, I appreciate it, but I need to make sure. So tell me, thus far, right up until now, what has been the best year of your life? So boom, bam, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. After I got that off my chest, I was feeling so much better, because that was really irritating me. You have to understand, this has been going on for 3 months. And at first, my girlfriend Ken was trying to make me feel like I was tripping. I was overreacting, this, and that. One whole time, Trash said that she understood. So cool. All right, so now I'm back on my way home to Ken or whatever. She's like, yeah, I'm going to cook your favorite meal. We're going to relax. We have to make up for last night because, like I told y'all, we got into it. I'm just like, look, you're not seeing it from my way. I feel like this is weird. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, this is justified. Any human being would be able to, you know what I'm saying, take my side. But for whatever reason, you making me feel crazy. It was a mess. All right, so I get home. I walk through the door and like she on the phone or whatever, but it's just like she kind of being, I wouldn't really say secretive, but it's like usually she'll be like, oh, this is my best friend or this is my grandma on the phone, and I'll speak. I'll say, hey, whatever, go about my business. So, you know what I'm saying, she ain't said nothing. She in the kitchen, whatever, cooking. I'm studying, like walking back and forth, and it's like she talking, but she don't really want to talk. You ever been on the phone? You weren't supposed to be on the phone with somebody. You just kind of like, yeah, oh yeah, like that's all she's saying. Mind y'all, my girlfriend Ken was a yapper. One thing she's going to do is talk. She's going to overly talk. She's going to overly do it. She's going to use her words. She's going to just yap. But now it was just like, yeah. Nah, I see. Yeah, I feel you. It's just like, okay, that's weird. So I get in the shower, and me, y'all, I low-key take long showers. I probably was in the shower for like 15 to 20 minutes. I get out the shower, she's still on the phone, and she's still talking as if she really can't say what she want to say. So finally, she was just like, all right, I'll talk to you later. Hung the phone up. Then she's like, oh, the food is done. Like all chipper, like her whole tone changed up. Her whole vibe changed up. So, me, I'm just like, who was on the phone? She's like, oh, Trash had called me right quick. I just got done talking to Trash. Trash told me that she was finna go on a date with somebody because she want to try to get her a new boo. Y'all was on the phone I'm like, how long was y'all on the phone? She was like, maybe like 45 minutes. Mind y'all. From the time Trash had left from talking to me to the time I got out the shower, that would have been the equivalent of 45 minutes. So you called her. You must have called her as soon as me and her got off the phone. Like when I called her and I told her like everything cool, Trash must have called her, and they had been on the phone all my way, the whole ride home, and up until I got out the shower. Am I tripping? Yes or no? Y'all can tell me. Am I tripping? Instantly, that made me feel some type of way, because I'm just like, dang, like, what were y'all talking about? I asked Ken, like, what was you and Trash talking about? She's like, oh yeah, no, we was just, catching up. Catching up is just crazy, because we see this girl at least 3 to 5 times a week. So what could y'all possibly be catching up about? All we do is talk. Anytime y'all link up, so the whole catching up and then the look on Ken's face when I was just like, what do you mean catching up? I felt like she knew that she kicked herself in the mouth, because it's just like, she was like, oh, we was just like talking about stuff like the old days. What happened in the old days? I want to talk about it too. Like, what's going on? Mind y'all, Trash and Ken was friends way before I came in the picture or whatever. But me and Ken, we definitely developed, like, like a best bud type of relationship, like a friendship, whatever. She's like, oh, it's nothing. Like, here you go, tripping again. One thing about it, Don't make me feel crazy when you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you know I have every right to feel how I feel, do not make me feel crazy. Y'all, she continued to be like, you're making a big deal out of this. Come on, I just cooked your favorite meal. And it's like, now I'm not even hungry. So we going back and forth. I'm like, just tell me what y'all was talking about. She's like, I keep telling you, it was just like random stuff. And then the whole time, Trash was doing all the talking. You weren't even really talking. She's like, no, when you got in the shower, I was talking a whole lot. You just didn't hear me because you was in the shower. She trying to play me, chat. Let me know right now in the comments. Drop a red heart if you think she trying to play me. Drop a blue heart if you think that I'm right. Red heart if you think she's trying to play me. Blue heart if you think I'm right. So I told her like this. Look, if you don't want to tell me what you and Trash was talking about, I'm about to call Trash myself and ask her. Like, bottom line. The minute I said I was finna grab my phone and call Trash and ask her, since Ken couldn't tell me, she started flipping out like, what? Why would you do that? Don't start any drama. It's nothing. You're tripping. Y'all, I didn't want to hear nothing she was talking about. I grabbed my phone, went to my call log, and I started calling Trash. And she's not answering. One thing about Trash, she always prides herself about always being able to answer the phone. She even said, even at my funeral, if you call me, I will reach in my pocket. She always say, bury me with my phone because I'm going to always answer my phone. There has never not been a time, the whole time we were friends, that she has not answered her phone. Whether I call her in the morning, the afternoon, the evening, or the night. One thing about Trash, she going to answer that phone. Regardless. She's not answering, y'all. So at this point, me and Ken continue to argue. I'm letting her know, I don't care what you say, whatever like that. Next thing you know, her phone get to vibrating. I look over, and Trash is calling Ken. It's Trash calling Ken. Mind y'all, I just called Trash at least 10 times. And I sent her a text that was like, hey, you need to hit me back ASAP. Nothing. My phone isn't lighting up. Nobody's hitting my phone. But my girlfriend Ken's phone is ringing, and it's Trash calling. Imp chat. It's not too late to tell me if I'm tripping. If I'm tripping, let me know right now. Am I the crazy one? Am I in the wrong? Come on, somebody talk to me. So Ken just standing there looking at the phone like I told her, nah, answer the phone. Why you not answering? If I wasn't here, you would have answered the phone. Answer now while I'm standing right here. She's like, no, I want to get done talking to you first. Oh, we're done talking. It's nothing to talk about. I said what I said, you said what you said, and that's that. Answer the phone. She's like, no. Y'all, Trash kept calling Ken phone back to back to back. I have not received one call. I have not received one text. I have not received anything from Trash. She's blowing the back off Ken's phone, and Ken is like, I'm not answering. This here is more important. I'm going to talk to you about whatever you want to talk about. You need to calm down. You come first. Answer that mother phone, and you need to answer. Now, don't get me wrong, y'all, because I don't go through phones. I don't. But when Ken was standing there swinging the phone in her hand and I kept seeing Trash calls, something came over me. So I reached out and grabbed that phone. I snatched it. I snatched the phone. I pressed accept. Before I could even say anything, Trash is on the other end like, man, what's going on? Like, why she keep texting and calling me? So I respond and I say, what do you mean? Why you haven't texted and called me back? What do you mean what's going on? Y'all tell me what's going on. Because I feel like this whole thing is weird. How we just get done talking, you telling me supposed to be on a date, y'all. I was spazzing on Trash. I'm like, how you just get done talking to me, telling me you have to go on a date, but whole time y'all on the phone and she not telling me what y'all talking about. So I'm asking you, what was y'all talking about? Y'all, Trash starts laughing and she hangs up the phone. I don't know what that did to me, but it was like a fire rupturing inside of my body. My whole body was on fire, burning. It's like I was seeing red. It's like my blood was boiling. You, instead of answering the question, instead of trying to talk to me, trying to, find some reason to explain so I can understand, she literally chuckled like and hung the phone up. So Ken snatched her phone back from me talking about I'm just going to block her. Don't worry about that. Like, that's done. I'm not even finna put up with no stuff like that. I feel like she could have just said what we was talking about. No. Are you well? You could have just told me what y'all was talking about. I wouldn't even snatched her phone. I wouldn't even been on the phone. I wouldn't have never have to question her because you was my girl supposed to tell me what's been going on, what's being talked about. She's like, yeah, I know you're right. Like, y'all. It's irritating to me, I feel like, when I'm trying to express my feelings, but somebody else is trying to invalidate me or like, oh, yeah, I know what you're saying, but, don't do that to me. I'm not going to lie, y'all. I was ready to look for my keys, hop in my car, go wherever Trash was at and really put her in the trash can, okay? The trash in the can, y'all belong together at this point. I'm finna put y'all in the trash can because y'all playing with me. Like, it was so much rage. And then to hear Ken follow me all around the house. I'm trying to look for my keys. She's following me like, no, we need to talk about this. What are you doing? You're gonna do something you're gonna regret. You're gonna end up being in jail for the rest of your life. A little domestic, little assault charge. I'm probably gonna be in there for a couple months at most, if it depending on how bad it is. I'm not trying to leave me alone, girl. So I'm steady looking for my keys. She's steady coming behind me, trying to plead her case. I'm literally tuning her out, trying to find it. And she's like, okay, wait. Like, I do feel like I should probably tell you something. Like, I don't want this thing to get out of hand. It's been going too far, whatever. You're asking me for the truth. I feel like the least I could do is tell you the truth in order to, mend our relationship. It ain't no mending, bitch. Ain't no mending, bitch. It ain't nothing left to mend. I feel like these are all the signs. Am I jumping the gun? Or like, I feel like all the signs are pointing to, I can't really place my finger on exactly what's going on, but what I do know is something is definitely going on. Mom ain't raised no fool. I literally have no idea or reason why Ken thought that this was going to be able to be fixable. Like, from the moment that I asked you what was going on and you didn't even tell me then, I literally had to threaten this girl or say I was going to pull up on this girl, and now all of a sudden you want to talk. But I'm like, okay, talk, say it. She's like, well, you might want to sit down for this. Oh, is that right? All right, well, let's go sit down. Tools. I need to see Tools in the comments for part 2, Ski. I'm telling y'all, this one is going to be like, because I know you probably think you got this figured out, but I'm telling you, you don't even know. Matter of fact, what y'all think? Where y'all think this story going? Like, if you could just kind of predict the ending, if you could kind of just have multiple choice questions about what y'all think will happen, I want to know what y'all think. Y'all think Trash and Ken messing around? Y'all think it's something maybe that I'm not thinking? Like, what do y'all think? Am I overreacting? Let me know. Tools in the comments for part 2, Ski, and I'll be right back to update y'all on this story time.